Hi and welcome back to Chip's Green World. I'm Chip, this is the Courtyard, that's Spud, Flower, that's Gypsy Boy, the work, the jobs. Join us on our adventures. Let's get to work. Hi guys and welcome back to Chip's Green World. Today we've got a special edition for you, a compilation of 1 year anniversary in Chip's Green World. Going to be taking you through the whole year in just 30 minutes. So sit back and I hope you enjoy. And here we find little Gypsy Boy working hard, taking a Spud on her way to find out what's going on. Not looking too bad, a bit of moss, but repotting this hosta that has a fern also growing in it for a long time. So now I can get this dead down the middle, split the hosta fern into the smaller pot and the bigger. Keep our fingers crossed so that's the big fern done. I think these will thrive here. Bit of water. So one of the first jobs I'm tackling is the honeysuckle and then tie it all in. Then on to the rose. This is how it looked last year. Absolutely beautiful. Just bringing these around from the back and bringing them around under so they cover all the bare patch underneath the arch. Onto the buddleia. I'm pruning this back 2/3 and then on to lunch break. I think Spud's in agreement. And off she goes. Right, back to it. Back in the potting shed. This straight down the centre. Then down the centre of each half. There we go, 4 nice, 2 in pots and 2 in the ground. Right, so here I am reusing the old pot, but I like the majority of Yorkshiremen. Alright, so that's the 2 in the pots done, so much better. And here's the one I've placed down in the courtyard. Is the rosemary that wraps itself around the centre of how it looked over winter, and the frost was so harsh. We lost it. Now what I've done, with there being a number of irises, salvias in the garden that we're not happy where they were, aquilegia that I'd self-seeded in certain places around the garden where there were really good water, and here's Water Boy just in time. Story for a later date. Exhausted by the day. Phobia in here and it rooted through the bottom. Popping their little heads up to say hello. That's on to the last job of the day, to plant the 2 other halves of the daylily. Some beautiful colours starting to appear in the garden. Tell me what this one is. Answers down below. Feeling all its lovely leaves. The olive tree in the centre. Take about 1 foot off the top of this, just to encourage all new growth down below. The olive tree loves a good prune. Do it the world of good. And it's got bunged up, waterlogged and then froze to work out the new design, as this is no longer possible. Winter very well. My 2 little pines. Hi and welcome back to Chip's Green World. Have a look at the project I did in lockdown. So this is the little plot. It's at the left hand side as you go into the shed, on 2 wildflower beds either side. So here you see the reclaimed bricks that I saved from the house. It cost me £11 online, and I've used an old quilt from a job I did down in the courtyard, so no cost. And the pebbles up the side as the water rises, remaining pebbles. And while Spud's enjoying her new watering hole, let's turn our hand to planting. White lupins, 2 few others I cannot pronounce. This beautiful thing, and a couple of oxygenating plants. Wildflower seeds I sprinkled on the 2 borders either side of the bench came up beautifully. And the clover was a great success. And enjoy. Right, so these are the 2 bay trees at the front of the house. I want to. One will be the best one to dig up. It looks like it's this one, so around it, so I can Right, so what we're going to do is pull. There we go. Now put it in the bucket of water. Here we are in the potting shed, and that kink in the branch that I was telling you about is where we're going to put a splint in 2 bamboos and 4 cable ties. Now to prune all the bottom branches. Holly tree. This will be the final prune of the stem as it's now at the right height. Thick enough to hold the ball in place to guide to the kind of shape. That's it. All done. For another year. Back to Chip's Green World. And in today's vlog we're going to be doing upkeep and maintenance jobs. Right, so we start here, trimming back the clover, keep it all nice and tight. And meanwhile, Gypsy boys cutting the grass. Maybe tight cut, keep it nice and compact. After all, there's not many men who can brag about having a clover border. Now on, give us the twirl, Gypsy boy. I'm going to do the larger one. I've let the poppies get a bit out of hand at this side of the garden. Not that I'm just pausing to rest my back for a minute. Beautiful. Someone's having fun. All done. You'll notice my 4 home oaks around the centre have been moved. I'll show you in next week's vlog what I've done with them. Hi and welcome back to Chip's Green World. Roll VT. And there you go. Top up with a bit more compost. And that's enough of that silliness from you, Mr. Chips. We've still got another 2 pots to plant. So the same routine here. Top up with compost where I would originally have done. And then I'm going to do the other new technique. Works better. So take it out, pop it in. Take it out and pop it in. Pop the last one in. And there you go. Beautiful. Now on to the second pot. And let's try that new technique again and hopefully we'll catch it on film this time. So place all the pots in, pack the compost around the pots, pull the pots out and pop the plants in. Let's see how it goes. All done. Oaks ended up and they're down here in the courtyard. Lots are planted today, looking spectacular. It's GT and watch the sun go down. And this is the courtyard tour. Gorgeous Acer, looking absolutely stupendous. A lot of the moss died away and then the blackbirds took the rest. Come back now. And then here with the azaleas, and the back border we have the ivy and the ferns. Either side of the potting. Beautiful. Right, let's move on to the right hand side. Main attraction. The hostas. And they've done me proud this year. Behind there we have this bush. The red berry bush I call this. It's time to slip the rubbers on as it's pond maintenance. So we won't be dawning any rubbers. That was just my childish intro joke. Right, on with the job. All this blanket weed that's clogging up. That's what we're going to be dealing with today. Sun. So it needs all the shade it can get really. When I did the pond I had an old rustic beam running across. Doing a great job keeping my pebbles lovely and sparkly clean. Nope, that's not happening. I'm sure she realises she looks absolutely gorgeous against that green background. You couldn't say she was camera shy, could you? Oh, here's Martha. Oh, I'm sure Arthur won't be far behind her. She's obviously come for a bathe. There he is. Relax and enjoy. Enjoying a very rainy day today, so time for a montage. Enjoy. welcome back to Chick Screen World. You join us on a hot one. In today's vlog, we're going to be turning, hopefully, this broken pot into a work of art. Chip. Now on to... Right, so I've marked it at the back where I'm going to be cutting it down. Surely it must be coffee break time by now. That's the placing. Just try and work out the best place, best angle bit, I think. There we go, all in place. Now just to dress it a bit. Bit of terracotta pot. It's the pot that we cut down especially to fill. We'll be adding gravel and pebbles around it once it's planted. Right, let's start planting. Start at the top and work your way down. Calabracoa, or baby petunias as I've nicknamed them. Take it out and pop it in. That's the second Jenny going in. The third Jenny. Then we'll do a bit of tidying up. Then pebbles at the bottom to stop all the soil running away if we get any heavy rain. I've dug this fern up from the top guard. It wasn't needed where it was and it wasn't being appreciated. This will be a much better home for it. It'll just sit amongst the pebbles naturally. Final touch. Just popping it in little crevices between the pebbles. There is going to be a bench placed along this hole as you're coming down into the courtyard from the top garden. This is how it looks. Hi guys, and welcome back to Chick Screen World. Today we're going to be working on the courtyard bench. That's the font all the way to the end. So it's about 8 foot in total. And I've decided to go with a very simple design. Right, now onto the wood. Went up to my local timber yard, told him I wanted it. He picked it's turned out quite nice. Now is assembly time. Should be lovely. It's gonna look beautiful. It's gonna look beautiful. I'll get on with that and film it for you. It's on to fixing the legs in place. I'm gonna mark the top to the width of the leg. Well, 8mm high. And as well as having a height, using these are 160mm leg. Right, all done. Now to fill the holes with wood fill. Part 2 of the courtyard bench. Time to oil and put into play. Let's jump straight in, sanding down the wood filler that led us down in preparation for oiling. Now I'm staying in the wood filler straight onto oiling. Right, so that's the third coat of oil done, and then we'll position it into place in the courtyard. There you go, the finished bench with its extra coats of oil. A montage of the butterflies we find in the Yorkshire garden. Hope you enjoy. Trimming the topiary box balls. These are the 6 box topiary balls we're going to be trimming and shaping today. Right, so the first thing to do is to create a monk's crown. And here's a picture to explain exactly what I mean. And you trim away to find the original emerald globe underneath. And then you just trim everything out from your monk's crown. It's lime green. And voila, there's your shape back again. Tip 3. Trim on a cloudy, dry day, as trimming in full sun can leave the cut leaves scorched, and a wet day can encourage box blight. And that's the 6 round the middle done. The 2 by the door done. The on tackling the ivy in the courtyard. This high wire circus act. Courtyard and tackle the other side. Right, that's enough entertaining Spud. Back to the ivy. And that's it, job done. Today we're going to be rescuing, repotting and reshaping 3 of my topiary box balls. Topiary balls that we're going to be addressing today, and the other 2 are in the ground over by the little potting shed. They're not looking too good and I don't think they're very happy. But the 2 in the ground, not so good, got hit hard by a frost also. So today is the day I'm going to rescue, reunite, repot and reshape. First step, let's get all 3 into the potting shed. Seems to have settled in rather well, which is looking good, quite pleased with it. Right, so that's them 2 up. Start off with the one in the pot. Take it out of the pot, get a little rake. This kind of technique is mostly used on bonsais to give the box a real good feed. All the soil would fall out as they're rounding the bottom of the compost off, because what I've done is I've rounded the root ball of the soil, no air gaps. So here you can see how snugly it fits in, with about an inch gap around the edge. Now on to reshaping. Right, so I've decided to go with a brand new style. Making sure the design is working. Being very careful with the first one. Right, that's that flat. This type of topiary is not everyone's taste. I will come back and perfect this style. Looking absolutely beautiful. A display table for the centre of the courtyard. So without any further ado, let's get on with this week's vlog. Placing the display table on top of the olive tree. As you can see here, it's underused and could look so much better. So here we go. First thing, measure up. Therefore, I've gone for a Yorkshire stone. Let's give it a purpose. Ooh, smoking. Let's take this outside. And if you're wondering how I got that last piece off before I left the shed, right, now for the awkward bit, the hole in the middle. On to fitting. Perfect. And a piece of Yorkshire stone. An idea how it could look. That does look nice. Right, so I think that's worked quite well. And we have a very excited Chippy today. And the weather for today is cloudy sun with a sprinkle of showers and plenty of rainbows. And the reason behind this vlog is so many people have been asking me the brand name of my shears and where I get them from. So this vlog should answer all them questions. To see a good view of Yorkshire now. That's where I live, just down there. So why we're here? This street is my favourite shopping place for antiques. And that's where we're going to look for a new pair of shears today. I need to get on rummaging. Ooh, aren't they lovely? Just as I say that, I spot in the corner of my eye on that bottom shelf a pair of clipper handles. Just what I'm looking for. How beautiful. A little look down here and then I'm putting you away. And 3 hours later. Right, let's get inside and show you what goodies we got. Listen to that. Oh, and then oiling. Very pleased indeed with these. Beautiful. Look rather lethal though, don't they? But fit my hand like a glove. It's a beautiful thing there. Have a look at the quality of this nozzle. Brass. Isn't that delightful? A mini topi ball. So, first thing, let's start with the mini topi ball. First, we're going to put it in a terracotta pot. It's a lovely new terracotta pot. First thing to do is check over the tree. Right, once you've got the top off, the rest just follows, down and around. And if it helps, raise it a bit higher, to eye level. And then perfect. There you go, I'm quite happy with that little fella. He looks quite cute. Cheers. Well, the idea is to have lots of little pots all on the courtyard display table. And the more little pots I have with little shrubs and little trees in, the more options I have when I'm doing display. Every 2 weeks over winter. And there you go. All 3 in their little terracotta pots, looking absolutely beautiful. Very pleased indeed. Today I've done a small tour of the courtyard garden. Now we're coming into autumn for you. In today's vlog I'm going to be dressing the courtyard ready for Halloween. Start off with a fern that I've just potted up this morning. Next we have a pumpkin, medium-sized pumpkin. This little fella from vlog 24, the red hooker leaping wire behind. This is a view I see from the kitchen window and from the kitchen door, so very important to get this decorated, looking nice for Halloween. First thing is a beautiful chrysanthemum, and the same for the other side. Then we have another medium-sized pumpkin. Then we have another antique vine from vlog 23, so no cost there, and another medium-sized pumpkin. I've got a pot to tie the top to the bottom, and then candles. Then just sprinkle the magic, and I hope it goes to show that if you have the framework in place, that actually doing a display, just adding to it, doesn't cost much at all. Right, that's the final flourish of the leaf. Oh, there's a fire hazard there, let's get that out of there. And here she is. About time too. So are we ready, Missy? All ready? Should we switch on? I think she approves. I think that's a go ahead. And a big happy Halloween to you all. Hope you all have a great time. Hi guys, and welcome back to a very windy Yorkshire. Today we're going to be clearing the courtyard of autumn and preparing it for winter display. Leaves have fallen from the Acer. The majority of them have fallen into the font and the rest have been blown around the courtyard. So that'll be the second job, and the first job will be cleaning the font out for Spud so she can get in and have a drink. And then we've got the leaves from the plum tree that have fallen, so we'll get all them up, get everything clean and tidy, ready for the winter display. Ooh, and speaking of the little ball of fur, here she is. If it wasn't enough that she had all last week's vlog to herself, she wants to appear in this week's vlog as well. Gorgeous little creature. Right, so as soon as she moves, we can clean the font out for her. Come on, miss. Right, let the autumn tidy up begin. Exciting. just in time as the heavens open. We can get some ideas of what to add for the winter display. All in all, I'm quite pleased with how everything's looking. It's winter, courtyard, Christmas display time. Here's me and Gypsy Boy yesterday evening fitting the extra fairy lights to the box balls, and now on to decorating the courtyard table. First wrapping a baby garland of holly and berries around the olive tree trunk. Fern, 2 eucalyptus and 2 pine. Then we have the enemy, honorea, Joe Bear. And next we have the Tasmanian flax lily. Then a little centerpiece I put together that I'll show you how to do now. Carex Amazon mist. Then we have the skimmier white globe. Then the creeping wire vine, holly foliage, pine foliage, covering all the gap to come together now to finish off the centerpiece. And let's put them on. And don't they look cute? First we start with 2 larger white cyclamen. This is going to be the base layer, and then we'll be putting a layer of holly over the top of this. Now for the holly. Same routine, just feeding it through, filling in the gaps, building it up in layers. So let's add a candle or 2. And then to lighten the whole thing up, we're going to add some snowballs. We're starting to lose the light, and we need to get these up so we can have the big switch on. Exciting. And I think we're done. And at a cost of around £30, I think that is gorgeous. Bakewell tart. And the 3 little pots are the cherry on the cake. And all that's left for me to say, from Spud, Gypsy Boy, and me, Chip, a very Merry Christmas to you all. And that's it, a full year in Chip's Green World, and with spring around the corner, we have a lot more exciting new vlogs to come, so subscribe and join us. But until then, a big thank you to everybody, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one. Bye now.